In the last video tutorial, I had shown you how to build this bottom navigation bar along with the screens which we had done in the previous video tutorial. Yeah, and in this video tutorial, I'm going to show you how to build a home page. So let's get started. So in order to save time, I created some models as per our requirement. I have created a post model which with the basic strings and the user model. First we'll get into the user model. In the user model, I've created with the two strings and the constructor, nothing fancy, just two strings with the constructor. And the post model again with certain strings and with the I'm calling the user model just to refer the current user, and based on that constructor I've created. And again, and one last thing is the story model, where I have created some strings with the user again and created the constructor according to that. So once that's done, I created a data list which holds a certain data as per our requirement. The certain data consists of the online users, which shows the people who are online and my friends too. So the current user which is used to which rectifies the post and to rectify the current post and so on. And the storylines is basically a story fragment, which a story portion which just scrolls down the list of stories. This is just a random stories I've added. Make sure to pause the video and type it. Feel free to type it if you want, and just pause the video and do the stuff. So once that's done, let's dive into that. So the actual code starts from the navigation tab bar, where actually we had included this bottom navigation bar and the screens coordinately. So the screen we are working on now is the home screen, which is right down. Start working on it. So we do not return a container here, rather we return some custom scroll view. This custom scroll view takes a parameter called slivers. Yes, slivers as a children, slivers as a slivers app bar. We'll define the slivers app bar and define a title for this. So the title will be a text widget, and the text widget is a Facebook. And the Facebook will give some styling. So it's a style. We'll call it text. We'll call it text style and give a sliver app bar need to be closed, and we need one more text parameter, and this is not closed. Yes. So the text style we define just the color for now. It's a color, and we color will be previously defined class which is prevalent dot blue. So if you not watch my previous tutorial, I recommend you go back, watch it, so that you have an idea about it. Save that. Now you should see the Facebook. Okay, this is a tab color. We need to give a background color as white. Colors.white. See that. Once you see that, it should be visible. There you go. Then once done, you will give a styling. Then you will say font weight bold, and we need a letter spacing, and you'll say -1 because we do not. Then give a letter spacing of -1, let's say. And we need you should define a size for this. You'll say font size, we'll say 26 for now, 26.4, let's see, 28. Okay, that's reflecting. Okay, that's fine. This would be okay with the Android. If you're working on an iOS, you might need to define for the text widget, you might say like center text to be false, so that it doesn't align center title to be false. If you don't want it to be aligned in the middle, so that it is aligned. And the next thing is we need two circle icons, which is for the search and the messenger. So let's create that list right inside this. And we also forgot to give the brightness for this, so that it enhances the toolbar app bar. So we'll say brightness for light, to make this app bar floating. So this property makes the floating to true. So once you set this property, it makes this this tab bar. Basically, if you scroll down again, it whenever you scroll up, it you see that it emerges on whatever the position you are in the scroll view. So that's a cool feature in this sliver app bar. So make sure to utilize that. So once that's done, we need to declare two icons. So we'll say actions will be just an icon button, and we'll say on pressed we do not need to do anything. So just in case we'll print something for an icon. First we'll say icon, the search icon color, because by default it's white color, so we'll define it as white dot black, a pure black, let it be. And on press we do not need to do anything, just say that it should be visible, icon should be visible. Yeah, there you go. We need a gray background with a round circle. So in order to do that, what we do is contain this in a container, wrap this in a container, and this container will have decoration, and this decoration is as a box decoration. Then we have inside the box decoration called as a shape. It's a box shape dot circle, there you go. Then we have a color called colors dot gray of say 200. Okay, save that. There it is. The application, but it's bit bigger. So what we use that will increase our margin around it. Increase margin, it's a edge insert all. We will give it as 7 for now. Let's see. Okay, that makes sense. So copy this container one more time for the messenger. So paste that. For the messenger, I'm fetching the icon from MDI icons, which I had the library previously. If you haven't added it, go check my previous tutorial. You'll find it. So MDI icons dot Facebook. Yeah, say that. Now you should see Facebook Messenger there. There you go. Looks fine to me. Okay, that's good. Okay, the next thing is define the container right here, which defines the current user post and this preference, like choosing an icon, choosing an image from the library, video, or go live. So we'll do that. To do that, we'll basically call right below this sliver wrapper, we'll call another sliver property called sliver box adapter. Sliver box adapter, yeah, sliver box adapter. This sliver box adapter has a property called container called post container. We need to pass parameters like the current user, or basically the one belongs to the present profile. So we call it as a online user, which we had defined in the list of users as I shown you earlier in this video. So list of online users will pass parameter. Okay, let's create this. So we will make a separate folder for this to organize this, or create a folder called widgets. Inside these widgets, we have one file called post container dot. See that widget called post container, and make sure to import the material dot. Once that's done, define our parameters. We have two parameters. One is this container should be defined with certain height, so we'll call it as height of say 80, and six color, just to make sure blue. So this container will give some padding. So padding, say we need edge insert in TLB format. First we'll say 12.0 and say 8.0 from the bottom, from the top basically. So 8.0 from the right again we need 12.0 and the bottom we need 10.0. Save that. Of course nothing happens now because I haven't implemented anything yet. Container will have a child property and the child is a column. This column take a children. We have a row to define the circle avatar and the input text. So again row have a children and the children will be circle avatar. This circle avatar is our background image, has a property called background image. The image is from current user dot image URL. So say that. Also we need to give is what does it say? Children find. Okay, one's missing already. Okay, say that now. And we also need to give it a radius say 20.0 just to define the radius. Okay, once radius defined we need so text field. This input decoration text so we need to be collapsed because we need once the abba is pulled down we need it to collapse. This collapse take input that text hint. Text will be something to see. I might not say because we need a text color. Okay, this should be expanded because it doesn't know how much width and height to take, so we'll wrap it into a widget called expanded. Expanded. See that? Now I should see it. Okay, there it is. So we need is a size box of width because we need a gap between these two. That's good. And we need just below this expanded is I guess of width. There's no width, so height. Height will be of 20.0 and is a thickness of 0.7. See that? You should see a line now. Okay, there it is. We'll decrease it to say 5. Okay, once that's done, the next thing is another row right below that. Have a children. To make this text box more appealing, what I could do is wrap this text box into a container. And once that is wrapped up in the container, we'll give a box decoration or decoration and box decoration. Okay, in this box decoration we'll give a border radius of say 15 and we need a border radius circle dot circle of 15 and we need is a color, so colors dot gray of 200. Say that, might see it better now. There it is. So after that we need certain padding, we say padding of all side. So okay, the next thing is three icons. The three icons is defined right below, right inside this row widget. So we have a flat button that icon, and this icon is on press nothing. We will an icon called icons dot and label it as photo. Label should be a text and the text is photo. See that? See a flat icon. Okay, the height should be We don't need to define the height because it takes a non size, so let it be. So once that's done, photo, okay, I need some icon color. So for the icon, so after this library, say color, say colors dot what's the icon color? So not red, let it be green. Yeah, green, say that to see it how it goes. Okay, that's probably good. Okay, once that's done, right below this flat button we need a vertical divider, thankfully. Okay, cancel comma vertical divider, hopefully that pops up. Okay, vertical divider, we need a width in this, so width of say 8. Let's see, it is not popped up because there is certain properties need to be changed. So before that, what we do is copy this flat remote and so once, twice, comma and thrice. So the last one we do not need a vertical divider, cancel that. And we also need in this row property we should give a equal spacing. If you want, there it is. If you want to see it's equally spaced, you'll say main axis alignment or main axis alignment dot evenly spaced, so that they have a proper spacing, evenly spaced. Okay, there it is. It's exactly spaced evenly. Now we need to change the icons and the label. The second one is red. Okay, red, and the icon will be live. So that live is cam on. Video cam. Just say video cam. Okay, and the third one is okay. This is live. And the third one is video, and the library is video call or call say, and the color will be purple. See that? You should see some difference. Yeah, much better. Yeah, looks fine. So once that is done, there is a vertical divider need to be popped up. We'll do one thing, we'll wrap this up in a container. And we'll give it as an height property. There it is. Now you can see the vertical divider and all. That's much better. Yeah. Then yeah. When that is done, the next one is to define the online users and the room create room button. So to define that, this is a room property. We do not need this, close that, go to navbar again. So right below the sliver app bar, we again have a sliver uh, to app adapter. In this again we have a child. The child we again we call it as a room, just basically a container which takes some property. This property is a list of user who are online. So the list of user is online user as I defined earlier. Online user, uh, online user. Okay, online user. This room, correct the spell. Okay, room, and we also do is wrap this up in a sleeve of padding widget called sleeve of padding. Just to give a no padding, and this say padding property, and this padding property will be edge insert all edge insert, or it's a edge insert from trb edge inserts dot from trb. We'll say 0.0, then 10.0, then right we do not need padding 0.0, and the bottom we need say 5.0. So the padding is satisfied. We have a child. Okay, this is not a child. Basics another property called sliver. Inside the sliver is sliver child. Sliver is to adapter. Okay, once that's done, we need to create this room. So come to the widget again. We create a new file called folder called room dot dot. Say that. come create a stateless widget, and it's called room. Import the material dot dot, and we have a list of mm, online user. So it's basically user. So online user. I'll create a constructor. Okay, import that class, create a constructor. Once the constructor is created, say that. Import this room. Okay, import that room, say that. Okay, this online user now right now we should return a container, and we'll define some height property, say 60.0, and we need is a child, and the child is a list view. So list view dot builder, list view the builder, and the builder it actually returns two property, and the two property is item count and the item actual item. So item count will be online user count, online user dot length, that's property. Okay, and the item should return it actually should return a function, and this function takes some parameters. The parameters are build context is a context is one parameter, and is an int of index. So index. So once that's done, it should return a circle avatar. We only need an online image. So in order to do this, we will wrap this up in a stack as a children property, and this children shows that the first children is in circle avatar. Circle avatar. This circle avatar is a background image. It's just a background image. It is an asset image. This asset image is we fetch this from online user of that index with image URL. Say that. Okay, there it is. The height should be increased, and give a background color to the container. So color colors dot white. I hope again circle avatar radius should be decreased, so that okay, we need to have this one to be centered. So let's we define this whole direction is dot. Oh, fine, there it is, a list of users with online property. So all we need is some padding for this to be built, and this padding takes edge insert from TRB, and TRB will say from top we need 12.0 or 10.0. Okay, from the left we need 10.0, from the top we need 5.0, from the bottom we need again, let's see, 8.0, and the right bottom, okay, right side we need a 10.0, and the bottom we need a 6.0. Say that we should see some difference. Okay, that's fine. Okay, once that's done, all we need is a we'll give this size of the radius of say 17. We do not need it too big of an icon. File image is too big, so okay, that's promising. Once that's done, okay, all we need is a certain margin as well. So the margin property, what we do is so okay, once profile avatar is done, right after this avatar we need a position image.